Man, see, like I think it was about 2 years ago, I did acid, and I made a YouTube video about it that got like 2 million views, and that was a powerful experience that really made me want to like change my life. Oh, sorry. You know, it just like really made me like rethink everything about my life. I like moved out of the house I was living in. I like got a girlfriend and started going like a million times harder with my content. And yeah, I mean, you know, I thought that was a good experience. Like I haven't felt the need to do mushrooms or acid or anything since then. I'm open to it. I want to try DMT. Just gotta hear people talk about it a lot and stuff, and it just seems pretty fun. I don't know though. Sometimes I feel like with acid or mushrooms, psychedelics, that you're kind of like, it's for the times in your life where you feel lost, where you're trying to figure out what you want to do with yourself. I've definitely like seen the potential of what I could potentially do with myself through drugs, and I feel like sometimes there are people out there that just sort of need to have their perception of what's possible ripped open. And actually, man, you're making me want to do DMT right now when you say that. Maybe I'll put some on this next blunt.
I mean, on a personal note for me, like, until I did mushrooms, my music was, like, really rigid. Like, it's kind of the reason my music is the way it is, in my opinion. My ex-girlfriend, actually, I took mushrooms with her for the first time. And I went from making really rigid, like, it was like boom bap style music, but it wasn't even good, to making just, like, all of a sudden really wavy, like, psychedelic funk type stuff. And I tripped a lot after that, and it just sort of opened my mind, I think. It's kind of cheesy and cliche because some people can get that way without tripping, but me personally, when I take psychedelics, it's the only drug that I really like because it kind of just opens my mind to like different possibilities and realize that there's not just one way to see things. For me, like, the come down is the best because that's when I'm inspired to like just do some new shit, you know?
Oh, of course. I think that everyone should do mushrooms, in particularly, not necessarily acid, but I think everyone should do mushrooms at least 2 times a year. I think it's great for your mental health. It teaches you a lot of shit. Like, I can't explain it. It almost feels like you got like a massage in your brain. You know what I mean? I can't explain it. But you just feel relieved and like, oh, like you realize a lot of shit. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I think they're there for a reason. You know what? I have never had a bad trip. I have never had a bad trip because I'm just like so aware of the fact that I'm on whatever I'm on, that like there's almost like a sober me inside of the fucked up me, just being like, you're fine, bro. Like, and everyone else is freaking out around me, and I'm kind of like laughing at them. Like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm just good at controlling myself on that shit. I used to sell mushrooms too, so I would eat like way more than you should eat every day. I kind of replaced weed with mushrooms, so yeah. Psychedelics became a regular thing to me. Like, I did mushrooms last night. Yeah, we ate mushrooms last night, and I stayed up all night. I slept for like 2 hours, I think, in the car just before this interview. So that's me.
So fucking empty, so fucking tired. I just need. It used to be LSD just because it's so intense, and like I could trip for like 12 hours and be in like Wonderland. Like, got actually tattoo. But now I shrooms just because I've got what I need for LSD. And shrooms is just like calm, and I'm just happy, you know. But yeah, it's full organic. But I know LSD is not so organic. I don't even know. It's a good question. I usually do LSD or by myself or like just with friends. So I guess with my friends. Like, I've had a lot of weird trips, but I never had a bad trip before. I just learned a lot about myself making music. I think one of the most like amazing trip I had was when I made like Such a Delusion, and I was just like in my thoughts so much, and I just remember just being there and just like writing, like it just coming out like so much. I never was able to like write that much. It just didn't stop coming. Like, I wrote like 10 songs at once, just go. That was like really cool. And then I felt like afterwards I was like, oh my god, like it was so like beautiful. Like, yeah, definitely. And yeah, I like to make my art kind of like symbol of me, I guess. So I guess it's just me. But like me viewing myself in like a different state. So yeah. It's like that. Oh.
Really, I found myself, I think, through acid. I started to do acid at a young age, and that like made me think differently, kind of. I think that's, I don't want to say it's all on acid, but I think that really like put me in a different mindset. Psychedelics, bro, like it helped me a lot creatively. Like my whole first music phase was based around like my thoughts on acid, like trippy shit. I used to chill in the forest and just be frying off of acid with the bros. Yeah. I remember one time I did acid and I was looking in the mirror, like staring in the mirror. And bruh, no cap, my eyes just like turned all the way black, like, and then I start turning into like a lion. And I just felt powerful and I was like, ah. For real though. Like seriously, it was crazy. I probably do like shrooms once every year. It really helps, I'm not gonna lie. You should do it. If you haven't.
Of course there is. Like DMT, your brain already produces DMT in your brain. Like, you know what I mean? And when you take DMT, like, you can see things and you can learn that things is not really the metaphysical. But I learned that, like, taking shrooms. When I took shrooms, I realized this is just, it's not even real. You know what I'm saying? None of this shit is really real. It's like the exposure. Like, once you figure out everything is just the exposure, like, oh shit, everybody cares about this or this, and like, it's nothing really different. You know what I mean? It's just a whole bunch of particles and like, this is just like a soup, like a meat soup, whatever you want to call it. It's like a mobile soup that your body could just roam in. You know what I mean? And then when you realize that, you realize like death is not really like death. Like it's not like you're not gonna see it again. Like your dreams are linked to certain things in your life. Like you got realities and alternate realities. This is why I like Rick and Morty so much. Yeah. I can say anything, right? Don't let these fuckboys dictate your future. Be yourself at all times. That's it. I go by the name of Ultimate Denzel Curry, and you're now watching Montreality TV, ULT.
Montreality Show.
It's really about connecting to your inner self, staying close to God, knowing that everything in the universe, everywhere, the place that you at right now is where you're supposed to be, and knowing that everything happens for a reason, the good and bad, and you just gotta accept it. And most importantly, where you are now is just a reflection of your past thoughts, your past thinking. So if you want to change your future, you gotta change your thoughts now and then put them into action ultimately.